Gao Wu, Yaoshou, my talents are all god level. Chapter 41. Angry Saber Heavenly Venerate. When these fierce beasts rushed, Yang Feng used the god-level talent of swordsmanship, Tianzun of Wrath's sword. After using the wrathful saber Celestial Lord, behind Yang Feng, a huge sword transformation Celestial Venerable was condensed. The knife-shaped human form has reached its peak. The 100-meter huge phantom, the sword's light is fully displayed, and the sharpness is exposed. These ferocious beasts attacking Yang Feng were all terrified. They felt the endless murderous intent in the space. The area is full of silver-white sword lights, and these sword lights continue to divide the space. Together with the two four-winged gold-winged insects, their pupils are also full of horror. Obviously they have a strong fear of the angry knife Tianzun. Sword of Rage Heaven Slash. Yang Feng didn't want to waste too much time on these ferocious beasts. He directly used the god-level sword technique Raging Blade Sky Slash. After using the Wrath Saber Heavenly Slash, the huge sword phantom behind Yang Feng immediately turned into a silver-white giant sword. This silver-white giant knife looks too sharp. Even if it is lying there motionless, one can feel endless fear. Swish. The handle of the silver-white giant knife was not big enough for Yang Feng to hold, but the blade was 100 meters long. Yang Feng raised the giant knife high, and slashed it down. Instantly. The majesty of the wrathful sword Tianzun is intertwined with the wrath of the giant sword to form a huge, terrifying sword light like a prehistoric Tyrannosaurus. The sword light swept across the entire area, and when it hit Yang Feng, it was chopped into pieces one after another. A huge hole was torn open in the entire space, and the strong wind kept pouring back. Ding! Kill the centipede red worm, combat power plus 2500. Ding! Kill the bloodtail lizard, combat power plus 240. Ding! Kill the shadow wolf, and your combat power will be plus 120. A huge, violent blade glow swept across the entire area, making it difficult for people to see the battle inside clearly for a while. But the constantly falling combat power can already explain everything. Yang Feng sneered. Next, there is the Heavenly Sword God. He didn't care if all these beasts were killed or not, and he didn't care what happened to the two four-winged gold-winged insects now. He simply wanted to try the might of the Heavenly Sword God. Heaven-addicted Sword God. Then, Yang Feng activated the god-level sword talent, the sky-hating Sword God. Behind Yang Feng appeared a huge war sword. The whole body of the sword was pitch black, as cold as ice, and the blade continuously spread towards the surroundings. It was really terrifying. Heavenly Mad Sword Formation. God-level Kendo Combat Skills, Sky-Addicted Mad Sword Array. The 100-meter huge sword body instantly turned into many shadow-split giant swords, and these giant swords appeared in the area of the beast, covering the entire area. Swish swish swish. In the place covered by the giant sword split into countless long swords, and these long swords frantically shuttled around this place. The whole scene can no longer be described in words. It can be said that all the creatures in it can't survive. Sword light, cold light keeps emerging. Yang Feng stood on the sidelines, with a smile on his face. In his opinion, the power of the wrathful sword god and the bloodthirsty sword god are similar. Within the area. After Yang Feng activated the Wrath Saber Heavenly Slash, the two four-winged goldwings were already frightened out of their wits. At first they thought that Yang Feng was already dead when they met them. They never imagined that Yang Feng could unleash such a terrifying sword light. They can only resist Nu Tianzan's peerless blow with all their strength. Except for them, the rest of the beasts had been killed in an instant. After withstood the attack of Wrath Saber Heavenly Slash, the two four-winged gold-winged insects were also seriously injured. How could they still be as calm and composed as before, and how could they still have the attitude of controlling the overall situation? Now they are as embarrassed as bereaved dogs. Walk. These two four-winged gold-winged insects knew that they would not be Yang Feng's opponents. After they withstood the attack of Furious Saber, they were ready to escape. This time they appeared in the Haitian catacombs, just to illuminate the light from the light source of the Earth Spirit. Their purpose has been achieved, and now survival is the most important thing. What these two four-winged gold-winged insects would never have imagined in their dreams was that when they were about to escape, their surroundings were blocked by giant swords, and then countless split shadow long swords attacked and killed them. Resisting the attack of the Wrath Saber Sky Slash has already injured them, but now they are really powerless to resist the attack of the Heavenly Mad Sword formation. Despair and unwillingness filled the hearts of these two four-winged gold-winged insects. If only they had known that Yang Feng was so powerful. In that case, when they feel the Yang Feng, they will fly away without hesitation. It's too late now, they have nothing but death. Ding! Kill the four-winged gold-winged insects, and the combat power is plus 800,000. Ding! Kill the four-winged gold-winged insects, and the combat power is plus 800,000. After the data of the increase in combat power appeared, Yang Feng knew that the two four-winged gold-winged insects had been killed by him. Next, go to see the source of the light of the Earth Spirit. Time goes back to General Ba Dao, General Su Hu, and General Tai Yan. They had already killed the gold-winged insects who fought against them, and they were walking towards the source of the light of the Earth Spirit. Just as they were getting closer and closer to the light source of the Earth Spirit, they stopped. Moreover, the sight in front of them made them horrified and shocked. What did they see? Angry Saber Heavenly Venerate. That's right, they just saw the Wrath Saber Tianzun. From the time they entered the Montenegro catacombs until now, they have already dropped their jaws in shock. The god of flame swallowing, the emperor of red thunder, the god of extreme ice, and the god of wrathful sword. In addition, the shadow sky speed god seen by the tyrannical sword warrior. Now no words can describe the shock in their hearts. I thought that the light of the Earth Spirit appeared in the wild in Baihei City, and their appearance was a dimensionality reduction blow. Only after entering the Montenegro catacombs did they realize that the light of the Earth Spirit was a battle for hegemony among god-level gifted powerhouses. The three generals immediately saw the power of the Wrath Saber Heavenly Slash again. The power of this made the three generals freeze, and the expressions on their faces froze instantly. The talent of Tyrant Saber Warrior is also the talent of swordsmanship, but he knows that his talent is nothing in front of the angry knife Tianzun. There is also the Heavenly Sword of Wrath. This power is too terrifying, too terrifying. What's in the light of the Earth Spirit this time? How come there are so many god-level talents? I don't know, anyway, I don't think I will forget this trip to the Montenegro catacombs in my life. Or let's just wait and see here, don't move on. The three generals said in astonishment. Just when the three generals thought they were shocked enough, they even used up all the shocks in their lifetime. Suddenly, the heavenly sword god appeared. Nima. Warlord Ba Dao, Warlord Su Hu, and Warlord Tian couldn't help but swear. Another great god-level talent. The angry saber Tianzun appeared, and then the heavenly sword god appeared again. How many god-level talents are there in the Black Mountain catacombs? After the appearance of the heavenly sword god, Warlord Basward, Warlord Su Hu and Warlord Tian, they stood motionless in place with a dull expression. Next, the appearance of the heavenly mad sword formation brought them back to their senses. After looking at each other, they decided to stay here for a while, wait and see for a while before deciding whether to go to the source of the light of the Earth Spirit. At this time, Yang Feng has arrived at the source of the light of the Earth Spirit. Next to the source, there are several golden spirit crystals. The spirit crystals are only the size of a thumb, but they contain powerful energy. This is. Yang Feng felt that these few golden spirit crystals in front of him were very familiar, as if he had seen them somewhere before. After thinking about it carefully, he remembered seeing this golden spirit crystal in the martial arts news 2 years ago. Earth Spirit Spar. The majestic energy in the Earth Spirit Spar can be absorbed. Yang Feng picked up these few Earth Spirit Spars from the ground and put them in his pocket. He looked at the source of the light of the Earth Spirit. From the source of the light of the Earth Spirit, the so-called light of the Earth Spirit seemed to be a natural phenomenon. The treasure was not seen either. If those few Earth Spirit crystals are considered treasures, then he didn't say anything. After searching again at the head of the light source of the Earth Spirit, and finding that there were indeed no other treasures, Yang Feng was about to leave. He thought that the light of the Earth Spirit seemed more suitable for ferocious beasts. Not long after he left, 3 warriors came towards him. Warlord Ba Dao, Warlord Su Hu and Warlord Tian waited and watched for a while, and finally decided to go to the source. It's been so hard to get here, there's no reason not to come and see it. They were also stunned when they saw Yang Feng passing by. Warlord Suhu and Warlord Tian don't know that Yongfeng has a god-level speed talent, a speed god of the shadow sky. It was the tyrannical sword warrior. He looked at Yongfeng in astonishment. Yu. He remembers it well. Yongfeng appeared after he and Mihola fought for an unknown number of rounds, and he was faintly weak. At the terrifying speed of Shadow Sky Speed God, Yongfeng forcibly tore off Mihola's pair of golden wings. That scene is still in front of my eyes. Besides, how could they have thought that Yongfeng is the god of swallowing flames, Emperor Kai Lei? Or even the extreme ice underworld god that they faced with the gold-winged insects? Yongfeng didn't talk to the three generals, he just wanted to leave the Black Mountain catacomb quickly, and then absorb the energy in the spirit spar. Seeing that Yongfeng didn't have any intention to deal with them, the three generals had no choice but to look at Yongfeng's back and leave. Is it possible that he is one of the strongest? After a long time, the tyrannical sword warrior said in a daze. Warlord Suhu and Warlord Tian were stunned when they heard the words. They didn't expect Badao Zan to say such words. Impossible, he is so young. My impression of him is that I saw him in the administrative government of Baihei City. I also think it's impossible. If it's true, it's okay. Warlord Suhu and Warlord Tian shook their heads at the same time. They did not agree with what Warlord Basward said. But I have personally seen him mobilize the god-level speed talent, Yingtian Speed God. Tyrant Sword Warrior said again. Shadow Sky Speed God. Blue Star's most terrifying speed talent, but those existences are all god-level talents of elemental types, and god-level talents of weapon types. Yeah, it shouldn't be him. Although Warlord Suhu and Warlord Tian were shocked by what Warlord Basward said, they still didn't believe that Yongfeng was one of those powerful beings. It is possible to have two talents at the same time, but having two god-level talents at the same time has never appeared in the history of Blue Star. When Warlord Ba Dao saw what Warlord Suhu and Warlord Tian said, he didn't continue to refute. The thoughts in his heart are different from that of General Suhu and General Tian. If he was not sure before, then he is now sure that Yongfeng is one of several powerful beings. Otherwise, how could Yongfeng come to the source of the light of the Earth Spirit? Let's go, the light of the Earth Spirit is getting weaker and weaker. General Suhu said. Saying so, they walked towards the source of the light of the Earth Spirit. Outside the crypt. Except for Wang Tong, the Lord of Baihei City, the rest of the Grand Masters and Great Grand Masters who came out of the cave have already left. For those Grand Masters and Great Grand Masters, this field trip to Baihei City was absolutely miserable. There is only one reason why Wang Tong did not leave. That is, the three generals have not come out of the burrow. How could he leave first as the Lord of Baihei City? As for Yongfeng, Wang Tong didn't know if Yongfeng had fallen into the crypt. If possible, he naturally hoped that Yongfeng was still alive. The light of the Earth Spirit has weakened. Seeing that the light of the Earth Spirit rising from the Black Mountain Grotto became much weaker, a look of joy appeared on Wang Tong's face. If the light of the Earth Spirit becomes weaker, it means that the light of the Earth Spirit is about to disappear. Not only Wang Tong discovered it, but the residents of Baihei City also discovered that the golden beam of light in the wild had weakened. The sky that was originally shrouded in golden light has now become dim. The powerhouses are really amazing. This time, the crisis in our Baihei City has been resolved. Yeah, it scared me to death at the beginning, but I have to work hard to practice, and strive to become a quartet warrior in the future, not for anything else, just for the awesome appearance of the quartet warrior. Come on, you still want to be a quartet warrior just like you, it makes me laugh to death. Who says it's not? I think you are at most a junior elite warrior in your life. The millions of residents of Baihei City were very excited when they knew that the light of the Earth Spirit was about to disappear. Yang Yongguo and Yang Shuiei also knew that the light of the Earth Spirit was about to disappear, so they were not concerned about this now, but worried about Yongfeng's health. Montenegro Cave, the entrance. While the city lord Wang Tong was waiting outside the entrance, a familiar voice appeared in his field of vision. This figure is none other than Yongfeng. Brother Yongfeng. Seeing Yongfeng coming out of the Black Mountain Grotto, Wang Tong was overwhelmed with surprise, and he quickly walked over to meet him. The city lord. Yongfeng also greeted the city lord. He was also in a very happy mood. He obtained a god-level talent for swords in the Black Mountain catacombs, and he also found a few spirit spars. His luck was overwhelming. Brother Yang Feng, I feel relieved when I see you come out of the Haitian catacombs. This time, the Haitian catacombs are too scary. I almost thought I couldn't get out. Wang Tong said to Yang Feng with lingering fear. Isn't it coming out now, as long as it's okay? By the way, brother Yang Feng, have you seen the 3 generals in the cave? I see, they are fine, they should be coming out soon. That's good, that's good. When Wang Tong heard this, he let out a long sigh of relief. Yang Feng didn't stay longer at the entrance of the Black Mountain Grotto, he returned to White River City. Zhongming District. After he returned to Zhongming Community, the light of the Earth Spirit had almost disappeared. Yang Yongguo and Yang Shuier, who were worried about Yang Feng, after seeing Yang Feng came back, they all let out a few breaths secretly, with smiles on their faces. Brother, it's great to see you back. Yang Shuier pulled Yang Feng to the sofa and sat down, serving tea and pouring water. Zhaofeng, what's the matter? Yang Yongguo asked Yang Feng. It's almost over. Yang Feng smiled. Seeing Yang Feng's answer like this, Yang Yongguo felt relieved. After the family had a warm meal, Yang Feng told them many things that happened in the Montenegro grottos. The next day, the city lord Wang Tong also returned to Baihei City from the wild. He waited for 3 generals at the entrance of the Black Mountain Grotto. He wanted to invite them to come to Baihei City, but they refused. After refusing, the 3 generals turned into the sun and headed towards Ningzhou City. After Wang Tong returned to White River City, he also immediately announced that the crisis in White River City had been resolved. The days in Baihei City returned to calm. 2 days later, when Yang Feng arrived at the Tenglong Martial Arts Gym, he found the owner Lei Qinshan. Yang Feng, what do you want me to do? Lei Qinshan looked at Yang Feng. He didn't dare to be presumptuous in front of Yang Feng now. Yang Feng is a master. Where would he have thought that Yang Feng is no longer a grand master, but a grand master? I want to retreat in Tenglong Martial Arts Hall for a few days. Yang Feng said. Lei Qinshan understood, and he took Yang Feng to a very quiet place. Yang Feng, what do you think of this place? Well enough. Then I'll go first. It is good. After Yang Feng nodded, Lei Qinshan left here. After seeing Lei Qinshan leave, Yang Feng took out the spirit spar he got in the Black Mountain Grotto. Looking at the earth spar emitting golden light in his hand, Yang Feng smiled. He thought that the earth spar is really strange, such a small thing actually contains huge energy. Without thinking too much, he began to absorb the huge energy in the spirit spar. After the energy in the earth spirit spar was mobilized by Yang Feng, it continuously entered Yang Feng's body. Yang Feng also sat cross-legged on the ground, closing his eyes. Time passed quickly, and 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. He has absorbed several earth spirit spar. Yang Feng could clearly feel the increase in combat power. He opens the properties panel. Host. Yang Feng. Combat strength. 9.8 million. Realm. Senior Grand Master. Talents. Heaven Swallowing Flame God. Red Thunder Emperor. Extreme Ice Underworld God. Shadow Sky Speed God. Wrath Saber God. Heavenly Sword God. Combat skills. Sky Swallowing Flame Dragon Explosion. World Extinguishing Thunder Pillar. Underworld God Ice Prison. Demon Sky Shadow Step. Wrath Saber Sky Slash. Sky Devouring Mad Sword Formation. 9.8 million combat power. Looking at his attribute panel, Yang Feng was a little confused. He knew that a few earth spirit crystals contained majestic energy, but he never expected that the energy would be so huge. After absorbing a few earth spirit spars, the combat power has reached 9.8 million. Yang Feng couldn't help being excited. He calmed down quickly. When he was in the Black Mountain Catacombs, he first broke through to the Junior Grand Master. Later, in the deepest part of the cave, I met 2 4-winged gold-winged insects and many fierce beasts. The basic combat power of an intermediate Grand Master is 5 million. After killing 2 4-winged gold-winged insects and other fierce beasts, he has already broken through to the middle-level Grand Master. The basic battle strength of the Senior Grand Master is 7 million. Counting it all together, a few earth spars only increased the combat power by more than 4 million, which is not bad if you think about it carefully. Speaking of the increase in combat power, it is better to talk about the speed at which he absorbs the spirit spar. He knows that if other warriors absorb the spirit spar, they must not be as fast as him. A combat power of 10 million is the basic combat power of a junior general. But Yang Feng knows that it is not so easy to break through from a senior Grand Master to a four-way warrior. The realm limit between the senior Grand Master and the four-party warrior is terrible. He didn't continue here, but walked towards the outside of Tenglong Martial Arts Hall. As soon as he arrived at the square in the Martial Arts Hall, he saw the owner Lei Qinshan and the senior officials of Tenglong Martial Arts Hall. They are receiving an intermediate Grand Master. This master. Yang Feng had seen it in the main hall of the executive government. Presumably he had not left White River City after narrowly escaping from the Black Mountain catacombs. Lei Qinshan, how many years has it been? Why does your Tenglong Martial Arts Academy still look like this? This middle-level Grandmaster looked like he was in his 50s, with a strong sense of superiority on his face. I can't help it, Master Lin Wu, Baihei City is just like this. That's right. After all, the scale of Baihei City is too small. Just like your Tenglong Martial Arts Hall, it has become the #1 martial arts hall in Baihei City. Master Lin Wuzong, look at the business we talked about a while ago. Lei Qinshan looked at Master Lin Wu. He didn't finish the next sentence, but the meaning was already obvious. The price is not very good, we have to talk again. This is already the highest price we can offer, it's really. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. We Jin City Shaolong Martial Art Museum does business with you. It's for your face. I don't know how many martial arts halls are robbing our blood spirit pill. Master Lin Wu was very forceful, and his answer directly left Lei Qinshan and the senior management speechless. Yang Feng overheard the conversation between Lei Qinshan and Master Lin Wu. He knew that Jin City was much bigger than Baihei City. In just a few words, he understood everything. The blood spirit pill can restore the lost essence and blood, which is very suitable for students in the martial arts school. There is no alchemist in Baihei City, so they can only be purchased in other cities. Huh. Yang Feng. After Lei Qinshan was startled, he walked up to Yang Feng. Yang Feng, you're here. Lei Qinshan smiled at Yang Feng. I thought you still needed a few days. Lin Wu looked at Lei Qinshan's appearance. He was extremely displeased. When he escaped from the Montenegro catacombs, he had no sense of superiority at all, because the Montenegro catacombs were so terrifying. However, he also secretly made up his mind that the lost sense of superiority must be retrieved from the Tenglong Martial Arts Hall. The current scene is obviously not in line with his expectations. Lei Qinshan, what are you doing? Have you forgotten that we are talking about business? Lin Wu stared at Lei Qinshan. Lei Qinshan was startled. Yes, what is he doing? They are discussing business. He just saw Yang Feng appearing, and couldn't help but go up to him. Lei Qinshan cursed secretly. He knew that Lin Wu was a very stingy person, and he would definitely use this matter to make a big fuss in business. Master Lin Wu, I'm sorry, It's nothing to be ashamed of, I've seen it all. Lin Wu interrupted Lei Qinshan with a sneer. Hearing Lin Wu's words, Lei Qinshan was secretly angry. From entering Tenglong Martial Arts Hall to here, his posture has been lowered enough. If it weren't for the awe of the master, he would have let Lin Wu go. Want to pretend to go back to Jin City. This is White River City. But Lei Qinshan knew that he could only bear it. For the future development of the martial arts school, he needed these blood spirit pills very much now. The blood spirit pills in other cities are out of stock, so I have no choice but to buy them in Jin City. Lei Qinshan, it seems that this young man has a strong background. You chose him between me and him. Lin Wu sneered. If it was a big city, Lin Wu would not dare to be so arrogant. He knew that if he was in a big city, then Yang Feng might really be a son of a big family. But Baihei City is different. No matter how big Yang Feng's background is, how big can it be? Who told you that I have a strong background? Yang Feng looked at Lin Wu indifferently. Lin Wu freezes. He never expected that Yang Feng would dare to speak to him in such a tone. Is it possible? Is this person's background really strong? He knew that at Yang Feng's age, he would definitely not become a powerful warrior. But he dared to talk to himself in such a tone. Lin Wu looked at Yang Feng's face, and he suddenly felt a little familiar. After thinking for a few seconds, he was sure. That's right, I saw him in the executive government of Baihei City. In this case, there shouldn't be much background. After thinking of all the possibilities, Linwu felt that he didn't need to be afraid of Yang Feng, he was also an intermediate master. For ordinary people or ordinary warriors, the saying that a master should not be humiliated is still useful. If you don't have a strong background, how could Lei Qinshan talk to you like this? Linwu smiled coldly. He knew that although Lei Qinshan was only a high-level martial artist, he was also the owner of the biggest martial arts gym in Baihei City. Listening to Lin Wu's words, Yang Feng originally didn't want to talk. When discussing business, it was normal for Lin Wu to be unhappy when Lei Qinshan came to him. If Lin Wu wanted to be eccentric in front of him, then he wouldn't be used to him. I wanted to be low-key at first, because I just got the system, low-key is best. Now he is the strongest in White River City. The world he lived in was not a murderous world, nor did he have any enemies on Blue Star. It would be embarrassing if you want to be weird in front of him. Well, from what you said just now, you don't have a strong background. Seeing that Yang Feng didn't answer him immediately, Lin Wu looked at Yang Feng again and continued. Since you have no background, Lei Qinshan must be talking to you because of your strength. Why don't you tell me what your strength is? Lin Wu didn't want to get to know Yang Feng at first, he is an intermediate master, not everyone is qualified to talk to him. He just didn't like Yang Feng's calm expression, as if Yang Feng was the middle-level master and he was just an ordinary warrior. Lei Qinshan and the senior officials of Tenglong martial arts looked at each other in blank dismay. They want to say something, but don't know how to say it. They all know that Yang Feng is also a master. If you want to see my strength, you are not worthy. Yang Feng shook his head. This is not his arrogance, he is now a high-level Grand Master, and Lin Wu is only an intermediate-level Grand Master. From the perspective of martial arts realm, Lin Wu is really not worthy of his strength. What did you say? Lin Wu stared at Yang Feng, his face was livid. Very good. Lin Wu said, very good, twice, which means that he is extremely angry at this time. Lei Qinshan, I kindly stayed here to discuss business with your Tenglong martial arts. I didn't expect there to be such lunatics in your Tenglong martial arts. I don't think this business can be done. Lin Wu gave Lei Qinshan a cold drink. Yang Feng secretly smiled when he heard this, is he angry? Then he shook his head, forget it. Anyway, he is now a high-level executive of Tenglong martial arts, there is no need to let Tenglong martial arts fail to do business. Since you want to see my strength so much, how about we make a bet? What bet? Lin Wu looked at Yang Feng. Lei Qinshan and the senior management of the martial arts school also looked at Yang Feng. They all wanted to know what bet Yang Feng was going to make with Lin Wu. If the strength of my battle shocks you, then you can pay the lowest price. Let's not talk about the lowest price, so what if you just give those blood spirit pills to Tenglong martial arts? Before Yang Feng finished speaking, Lin Wu couldn't wait to interrupt Yang Feng's words. After listening to Lin Wu's words, he secretly smiled. Is there such a benefit? But what if your combat power can't shock me? Then I'll let you do whatever you want. Yang Feng said. It's a deal. Lin Wu sneered and nodded. Now he only thinks Yang Feng is a fool. He is a majestic intermediate master. Even if Yang Feng is a super genius, is it possible that at this age, he can still achieve a combat power that astounds him? Lin Wu thought to himself that even if Yang Feng was a great warrior, he wouldn't be shocked. What's more, I have never heard of a great warrior of this age. Lei Qinshan and the higher-ups were also stunned. Although they knew that Yang Feng was the Grand Master, if Lin Wuqiang pretended to be calm and wasn't shocked, wouldn't they lose? They knew that Yang Feng's move was for the benefit of Tenglong Wuguan, so they could only cheer for Yang Feng in their hearts. Yang Feng, these are two kinds of combat power detection machines in our Tenglong dojo. One is a combat power burst detection machine, and the other is a combat power sustained strength detection machine. Which one do you want to use? Two different combat power detection machines have appeared in front of Yang Feng, and Lei Qinshan is introducing them to Yang Feng. Explosive combat power detection machine, as the name suggests. That is to gather all the strength of the whole body into the heart of the fist, and once punched on the combat power detection machine, the final explosive combat power can be detected. Keep up the fighting power and test the machine. It is to punch the combat power testing machine frantically, from low to high, to test the continuous combat power. Yang Feng thought that no matter what kind, the fighting power he played would surprise Lin Wu. Since it shocked Lin Wu, it would be more interesting to test the machine with strength. Combat strength from low to high. Let Lin Wu experience the feeling of going from a high mountain to a low valley. Let it be. Yang Feng said to Lei Qinshan. After choosing the combat strength testing machine, Yang Feng turned his attention to the combat strength testing machine in front of him. He's about to punch. At this moment, his eyes were like a tyrannosaurus, and the aura of his whole body became fierce. Lin Wu looked at Yang Feng sarcastically. He had thought of all the possibilities. Even if Yang Feng can display the combat power of a great warrior, he will not be shocked. Does Yang Feng have any chance of winning in this gamble? Young man, I advise you not to be too arrogant. When Yang Feng was about to punch the strength detection machine in front of him, Lin Wu still didn't forget to taunt. Yang Feng ignored Lin Wu. He raised his fist, his eyes were sharp, and he punched the combat power detection machine. Boom. Immediately, a combat power index appeared on the screen of the combat strength testing machine. 2000. Lin Wu looked at the combat power on the screen, and he smiled disdainfully. It's just the combat power of a junior warrior. Just when Lin Wu was about to taunt again, Yang Feng punched the combat strength testing machine again. 10,000. This spans. Lin Wu was secretly shocked. Logically speaking, there would not be such a large leap in combat power in the combat power test. Unless you can perfectly control your combat power. Can't be shocked, can't. Lin Wu was shocked in his heart, but on the surface he forcibly held back. He let out a long breath, thinking that when 10,000 combat power appeared on the screen of the combat strength detection machine, he was almost shocked. Lei Qinshan and the senior officials of Tenglong martial arts knew that Yang Feng's combat strength was far more than 10,000. Under everyone's gaze, Yang Feng punched the strength test machine again. Boom. 50,000. When Yang Feng's fist touched the combat strength testing machine, a brand new combat strength index was displayed on the screen again. Lin Wu's pupils shrank. This jumped from 10,000 combat power to 50,000 combat power in one go. Before Lin Wu could react, Yang Feng punched the combat strength detection machine again. Bang bang bang. 100,000. 300,000. 500,000. 800,000. Yang Feng punched several punches at the strength testing machine. Combat strength detection. The combat power on the screen of the machine is constantly changing. Lei Qinshan and the senior officials of Tenglong martial arts were shocked. They quickly rubbed their eyes, fearing that they might be hallucinating. Combat power keeps going to test the constantly beating combat power index on the screen of the machine, making Lin Wu feel like a thunderbolt from the blue sky, and 5 thunders strike the top. He has already regretted it. Now he was breaking out in a cold sweat, and he gritted his teeth, trying to force himself not to be so shocked. He knew that he had no right to make the decision, so he gave the batch of blood spirit pills to Tenglong martial arts for free. The bet with Yang Feng is that Yang Feng can't win no matter what. But how did he know that Yang Feng was so against the sky? 800,000 combat power has been reached in the combat strength detection machine. This is 800,000 combat power. The basic battle strength of a senior grandmaster is 1 million, which is almost reaching the senior grandmaster. Lin Wuxin was bleeding, and he knew very well that if shock appeared on his face, then he would have to buy the batch of blood spirit pills Tenglong martial arts wanted at his own expense. That would make him bankrupt. No. In any case, he couldn't show a shocked look. Persistence is victory. Yang Feng looked at Lin Wu and found that Lin Wu was quite tolerable, so let's continue. Bang bang bang. 1 million. 1.4 million. 1.7 million. 2 million. Yang Feng punched several times at the combat power detection machine again, and the combat power on the screen jumped again. Hiss. When the combat power on the screen of the combat strength detection machine freezes at 2 million. Lin Wu finally couldn't bear it anymore. His eyes contracted rapidly, and he gasped. 2 million combat power. A young man who looked less than 20 years old actually had a fighting power of 2 million. How could he not be shocked? After the shock, Lin Wu was like a deflated balloon. He lost all strength and fell limply on the ground. He knew very well what was waiting for him, ruining his family. Now he finally understood why Lei Qinshan would speak to Yang Feng in that tone. Lei Qinshan and the high-level officials of Tenglong martial arts, they watched the combat power and continued to test the combat power on the screen of the machine, so they were equally shocked to the extreme. Their brains froze in place as if they had lost their command. Yang Feng looked at Lin Wu in this state, and he smiled calmly. I think it's obvious who wins and loses. I lost. Lin Wu didn't want to lose, but he couldn't help it. He did lose. Master, I'm leaving first. This was just a small episode. He was planning to leave Tenglong Martial Arts Hall after absorbing the spirit spar. Okay. Lei Qinshan nodded to Yang Feng dully. After walking a few steps away, Yang Feng thought of something again. He stopped and showed a side face to Lin Wu, who was limp on the ground, and said, You just said that young people should not be too arrogant. What I want to say is, can you still be called a young person if you are not arrogant? After speaking, Yang Feng left without looking back. Only Lin Wu, who was ashen-faced, was left frozen in place. Zhongming District. It was already afternoon when I got home. He has a meal ready. After a while, Yang Yongguo and Yang Shuier came back. When the two saw that Yang Feng, who rarely cooks, prepared the meal, they were both a little surprised. After tasting the dishes, both Yang Yongguo and Yang Shuier were shocked. They never imagined that Yang Feng's cooking skills are so good. Brother, this is too delicious. Your cooking skills can be compared with those of those chefs. Yang Shuier looked at Yang Feng in surprise. Yes, Zhaofeng, when did your cooking become so good? Yang Yongguo was also very puzzled. Yang Feng smiled. He is a person with 6 god-level talents, so it's easy to cook a few home-cooked dishes. I almost forgot that my brother is a master, just cooking a few dishes. A smile appeared on Yang Shuie's round face, and her 2 small canine teeth were extremely cute. Brother, the martial arts test is getting closer and closer. You are already a master now. If you enter Longyan University, you should enter it casually, right? Yang Shuier is reluctant to part with Yang Feng, but she knows the truth that people go to high places and water flows to low places. Only in Longyan City, the capital of Great Sha, will there be better development. Well, I'm also planning to go to Longyan University. Yang Feng nodded. To be frank, his current strength, the college entrance examination, Longyan University. Are these important? Of course it doesn't matter. He just went to Longyan University, and then started a massacre in the wild caves of Longyan City. He already knew the admission requirements of Longyan University this year. Combat power detection minimum 1500. The actual combat assessment killed a 9th level beast. The combat power of the 9th level beast is almost around 1200. After passing both assessments, one can enter Longyan University. This is a piece of cake for Yang Feng. I will also be admitted to Longyan University in the future, and then I will become an outstanding warrior just like my brother. It depends on what talent you awaken when the time comes. Yang Feng smiled. He knew that after awakening his talent, the next few months would be a period of rapid increase in combat power. Just like fitness, novices also have a bonus period. With the current strength of younger sister Yang Shuier, she must awaken a powerful talent when she awakens her talent. Time flies, the countdown to the college entrance examination is 3 days. The college entrance examination here refers to the martial arts examination. The full name is Martial Arts University Examination. The students of No. 1 Middle School and No. 2 Middle School practiced crazily during this period in order to get better results in the exam. The difference between a good martial arts university and a poor martial arts university will be obvious after graduation, and the future achievements will also be very different. For example, the first requirement of Longyan University. 1500 combat power. If the combat power is only detected as 1499, it's useless even if you beg grandpa to sue grandma. Although 1499 combat power, you can go to an excellent martial arts university, but Longyan University, as the #1 martial arts university in Daxia, its teaching quality is not comparable to the second place. Didi. The cell phone rang suddenly. Yang Feng took out his mobile phone and saw that it was Yao Wei, the teacher in charge. Yang Feng, can you come to school? Come to school. Yang Feng was stunned for a moment, not understanding why the head teacher asked him to go to school. He didn't ask any further questions, and after hanging up the phone, he headed towards No. 1 Middle School. First Middle School. After arriving at the number 1 Middle School, it didn't take long for him to see Yao Wei, the head teacher he hadn't seen for a long time. Teacher Yao. He called out to the head teacher, Yao Wei. Yang Feng. Yao Wei looked at Yang Feng. At that time you told me about the martial arts test, do you still remember? Remember. Yang Feng thought that the head teacher asked him for something, that's all. Listening to Yang Feng's answer, Yao Wei pulled Yang Feng aside, and said mysteriously. In the past 2 days, I heard some rumors that the city lord went to Jiangming community to find you in person. Is this true? Did you make a mistake when awakening your talent? In fact, you awakened your talent. Yang Feng was a little surprised, he thought about how long ago the city lord went to Jiangming community to find him. The teacher in charge just heard about it now. Immediately, he was relieved. It should be that the news has been blocked, but it is impossible to completely block such a thing. If you think about it this way, you can figure it out. Yang Feng, in fact, you are a super genius, that's why the city lord went to Jiangming community to find you in person. So you told me at that time that it was true that I would gain many benefits, because I was your head teacher. Yang Feng didn't say a word at all, and Yao Wei became more and more excited as he talked on his own. Yang Feng, why don't you speak? Yao Wei was talking and found that Yang Feng was looking at him with a strange look, and he realized that Yang Feng hadn't said a word. Teacher Yao, what you said is true. Yang Feng smiled. The class teacher Yao Wei treated him well, and he didn't say anything when he asked for leave for so long. If it was another class teacher, wouldn't he be expelled? Yao Wei will be rewarded by the school, which is what he deserves. Then Yang Feng, since you are a genius, are you sure about Longyan University, which is the #1 martial arts university in Great Sha? Yao Wei is the head teacher of the #1 middle school of arts. In layman's terms, he is an ordinary person, not a warrior. He is very unfamiliar with warriors. Looking at the curious and cautious expression of the class teacher Yao Wei, Yang Feng wanted to laugh inexplicably. Teacher Yao, let go of the pattern. Yang Feng smiled at Yao Wei. Yao Wei's eyes lit up. You mean, just go to Longyan University casually? Right. Seeing that the class teacher wanted to know so much, Yang Feng no longer kept secretive. Ha ha ha. Seeing Yang Feng's affirmative answer, Yao Wei suddenly burst out laughing. If you are admitted to Longyan University, then I, as your head teacher, will also make history. No. 1 middle school, no, it should be the first time in the history of Daxia Kingdom that the students of liberal arts head teachers have entered Longyan University. HMPH, that shrew in my family thinks I'm worthless every day, and then I'll let him know how scary his man is. Yao Wei seemed to let out a bad breath, and his whole body felt like a spring breeze. Yang Feng smiled secretly. He knew that Yao Wei, the head teacher, was thinking in line with the thinking of most ordinary people. Yang Feng, after the martial arts exam, I look forward to hearing good news from you. I'll go and sign up for you first. You are still a student of the Academy of Arts, and you are not on the list for the martial arts exam. After confirming what happened just now, the next step is to get down to business. Okay, then I will trouble the teacher. It's okay, I'm going. After speaking, Yao Wei walked quickly to the martial arts academy. After Yang Feng saw Yao Wei leaving, he also left No. 1 middle school. Wuyuan. After Yao Wei arrived at the martial arts academy, he found the principal Lin Gan. Yao Wei. Why are you here at the martial academy? Lin Gan looked at Yao Wei puzzled. They were in an office. Besides the principal Lin Gan, there were also several teachers from the martial arts academy. Principal, I'm here to enroll the students in our class. He's going to take the martial arts exam. Yao Wei said to the principal Lin Gan. What the hell? Principal Lin Gan and several martial arts teachers were stunned. Yao Wei is a teacher of the Academy of Arts. He came to apply for the martial arts exam for the students of the Academy of Arts. It's all right. Yao Wei, do you have some mental problems, you? Principal, I know this is unbelievable, but I mean it. I don't know if you have heard of him, but his name is Yang Feng. Yang Feng. Principal Lin Gan and several martial artists were startled. they thought about this somewhat familiar name. Is his sister Yaoshou? After a martial arts teacher thought of something, he asked Yao Wei for confirmation. That's right, it's the Yang Feng you thought of. Yao Wei nodded in response. I also heard that the city lord personally went to the Jiangming community to find a young man named Yang Feng. That's right, it's the same person. Yao Wei said hurriedly. Apart from Yang Feng and Yang Shuier, there are many students from No. 1 middle school in Jiangming community. When the city lord went to Jiangming community to look for Yang Feng, he was naturally seen by them. Principal Lin Gan also heard a little about it. He looked at several martial arts teachers. Could it be that something went wrong during the awakening? But I never made a mistake when I awakened my talent before. A martial arts teacher replied. The city lord went to find Yang Feng, not necessarily because Yang Feng is a genius, there may be other reasons. It's not easy to say, for someone who is valued by the city lord, then add Yang Feng's name to the list of martial arts exams. After finishing speaking, Principal Lin Gan looked at Yao Wei, and he said. Yao Wei, if Yang Feng is really a genius and performs well in the martial arts test, then I will reward you well. Without you, we may miss a genius. Thank you, Principal. When Yao Wei came out of his office, he was in a good mood. Jiangming District. After Yang Feng came home from school, he watched TV in the living room. What was broadcast on TV was the news of the 3-day countdown to the martial arts examination in Baihei City. For students from ordinary families, the martial arts test is a major opportunity to change the trajectory of their lives. Powerful children, they have won the starting line since birth, they can know the best cultivation methods, as well as various supplements and exercise methods. It can be said that with the same talent, children from poor families will never be as good as children from backgrounds. But after passing the martial arts examination and entering a good martial arts university, they can enjoy resources that were unimaginable before. Such resources, coupled with good talent, will allow them to soar into the sky in the future. Yang Feng doesn't need to think about these things now, for most martial artists, he is already in the sky. Just wait for the martial arts exam in 3 days. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. For the past 3 days, Yang Feng didn't go anywhere, just stayed at home. Both Yang Yongguo and Yang Shuier knew that Yang Feng was a grandmaster, so the next martial arts test naturally kept them calm. But they don't know that Yang Feng is now a high-level grandmaster, and his combat power is as high as 9.8 million. Out of the Jiangming community, Yang went to No. 1 middle school. Wuyuan. On the training ground, there is a row of combat power outbreak detection machines, a total of 10. The students of the martial arts test have been numbered, and the explosive combat power of 10 students can be tested each time. Outside the martial arts training ground, the students who are about to take the martial arts test are also waiting anxiously. For the martial arts test, they were both excited and scared. After Yang Feng walked into the crowd, he immediately attracted surprised, complicated, astonished gazes. When some students outside the training ground saw Yang Feng walking in, they were stunned. Isn't that Yang Feng? What is he doing here? Didn't it mean that students from the Academy of Arts can't come and watch it? How did he get into the Academy of Martial Arts? But I heard that the city lord seems to have gone to him personally. Ah, isn't it the same name and surname? These martial arts students only know Yang Feng because of Yang Shuier. Yang Shuier is only 17 years old, but now her battle power has reached 600. Such a battle power has never appeared in the history of number 1 middle school. The number 1 middle school had high hopes for Yang Shuier's awakening of her talent when she was 18 years old. With this relationship, the students of the Martial Academy know that Yang Shuier has a big brother who has not awakened the talent. It's fine if you don't awaken your talent, there are many people in Daxia who don't have talent. There are only more than 200 people in the Martial Academy. What puzzled some students was why Yang Feng could come here even though he had no talent. At other times, students from the School of Arts can enter the School of Martial Arts. During the martial arts exam, the students of the Liberal Arts College are forbidden to enter the Martial Arts College to watch the exam process. Next, more than 200 students were given a number. This number is to see when they will go to the field to test their combat power. Yang Feng looked at his number, number 220. This is the last batch. The city lord and the senior officials of Baihei City are here. There were many exclamations in the training ground. Under the common eyes of the students, teachers, and school leaders of the martial arts academy, the city lord Wang Tong and the senior officials stepped onto the martial arts training ground. There is a judge's seat on the martial arts training ground, and the judge's seat is prepared for the city lord and high-level officials. Not all senior officials came to the number 1 middle school, and several senior officials went to the number 2 middle school, which is also conducting martial arts exams. The city lord Wang Tong and Lei Qinshan saw Yang Feng the first time they arrived at the training ground. They were a little stunned, never expecting to meet Yang Feng in the number 1 middle school martial arts exam. Yang Feng is a student of No. 1 middle school. The city lord Wang Tong suddenly thought that in the wilderness of Baihei City, Yang Feng turned his vitality into form and killed a fierce beast that attacked him. After he learned that Yang Feng was the master, he asked Yang Feng if he was from Baihei City. Yang Feng's answer is, yes. It's just that he doesn't believe that such a heaven-defying figure as Yang Feng will appear in Baihei City. He thought that Yang Feng deliberately said that he was from Baihei City, and his real identity had something to do with the existence of those god-level talents. When the light of Earth's spirit appeared, it was also for this reason that he couldn't wait to find Yang Feng. He wanted the existence behind Yang Feng to take action, but what Yang Feng said was that there was no powerful existence behind him. He also said the words that he still remembers so far. If Baihei City is in danger, don't worry, I will take action. Could it be that he thought too much about everything? Yang Feng is really from White River City. Thinking of this, the city lord Wang Tong was secretly excited. He knew that if this was the case, then Baihei City could be said to have produced a genius who had never been seen before, and who would never come again. For a master who is less than 20 years old, there is no need to say anything about the gold content. Lei Qinshan, the master of Tenglong martial arts, also thought of this. Only then did he realize that he thought Yang Feng was a son of a big city and a big family, and all of this was actually his guesswork. Yang Feng didn't deny it, maybe it's just that he didn't want to have too much nonsense with him on such a matter. He asked himself to help, the family in his mouth. The family, doesn't it also include the father? The city lord Wang Tong and Lei Qinshan looked at each other and seemed to have reached a common answer. The answer they came up with was that Yang Feng was not a son of a big city or a big family, he was a native of Baihei City. After being stunned for a long time, the city lord and the senior officials of Baihei City all arrived at the judge's seat, and they sat down. Principal Lin Gon saw that the time had come. He said to the more than 200 students who took part in the martial arts test. Students of the Martial Arts Academy, the test of combat power is about to begin next. To test your explosive combat power, you must gather all your strength to gather your punches and then strike the strongest punch. Only in this way can it be detected that you can burst out with the highest strength, combat power. I hope everyone can have a good result. The test of combat power is the first assessment. After the first assessment is over, there is an actual combat assessment waiting for everyone. Next, the first combat power test and assessment begins. After the voice of the principal Lin Gon fell, a teacher from the Martial Arts Academy took a few steps forward, and he said to the more than 200 students who took part in the martial arts test. Students 1 to 10, please take the exam at the Combat Power Outbreak Detection Machine. Students from numbers 1 to 10 walked towards the Combat Power Outbreak Detection Machine on the training ground. When they got to the front and back of the Combat Power Outbreak Detection Machine, they raised their fists and punched it heavily. Wang Le, combat strength is 800. Li Gaogao, combat power 750. Zhu Jun, the combat power is 820. Zhao Chang, combat power 760. After students number 1 to number 10 tested their combat strength, they all had satisfied smiles on their faces. Obviously the detected combat power was within their expectations. Students from the 11th to the 20th, please take the test at the Combat Power Outbreak Detection Machine. The martial arts teacher said again. Another 10 students arrived in front of 10 Combat Power Outbreak Detection Machines. Bang, bang, bang. Zhu Yun, the combat power is 920. Tian Haohao, combat power 805. Li Si, combat power 780. Wang Changdong, Combat Power 1020. Combat power testing is in full swing. During the period, some students also performed abnormally. After all, the combat power cannot be the same every time. It is quite uncomfortable to perform abnormally with such precise combat power in the martial arts test. Soon, the combat power test reached more than 100 numbers. Yang Feng knew that he was the last batch, so he was not in a hurry. In the examination room of the Martial Arts Academy, apart from Yang Feng who is from the Academy of Arts, there is also Yao Wei, his head teacher. Yao Wei was specially approved to come in, and he came to the Martial Arts Academy to watch Yang Feng's martial arts exam. Lei Qun, Combat Power 980. Wang Kong, Combat Power is 680. Lu Yuanwen, Combat Power 880. Lin Jia, Combat Strength is 740. As batch after batch of students tested their combat power, the first assessment of combat power outbreak detection was finally coming to an end. Wu Kao shouted to the last batch of students. Students 211 to 220, please take the test at the combat power outbreak detection machine. Yang Feng was number 220, and he walked over to the combat power outbreak detection machine. Before and after Yang Feng walked up to the combat power outbreak detection machine, the city lord Wang Tong and the residents of White River City on the judging panel all cast their gazes over. Principal Lin Gan, including many teachers of the Martial Arts Academy, also looked at Yang Feng. The same goes for the students in the martial arts test. After seeing that Yang Feng really came to participate in the martial arts test, they wondered if something went wrong when awakening his talent, so that Yang Feng, who was originally talented, did not awaken his talent. Some students heard that the Santo had personally visited Yang Feng, and they also wanted to see if Yang Feng was a hidden genius. Yang Feng's class teacher, Yao Weixin, had already mentioned it to his throat, and his heart was beating fast. Boom. Under the watchful eyes of many people in the martial arts training field of the Martial Arts Academy, the students from number 221 to number 220 hit the combat power outbreak detection machine with their fists. Yang Fan, Combat Strength is 755. Fu Bai, Combat Power 890. Yao Taotao, Combat Power 940. Zheng Yuyu, Combat Power 762. Yang Feng, Combat Strength is 5000. When the voice announcer finally broadcast Yang Feng's fighting strength, the entire martial arts training ground was in an uproar, and after reacting, it exploded in an instant. The teachers and students were dumbfounded, as if struck by lightning. 5000 combat power. Did I hear correctly? I also heard that it is 5000 combat power, and 4000 combat power is the basic combat power of an advanced warrior. Yang Feng is not only an advanced warrior, but also exceeds the basic combat power by so much. Even if the awakening talent is wrong, he is actually talented, but no matter how terrible the talent is, there is a limit. 5000 combat power is impossible. The students on the martial arts training ground all felt that this was an unbelievable combat power index. 5000 combat power is beyond their imagination. They are just students, and what they are thinking of is to enter a good martial arts university, and then break through to become warriors in the martial arts university. Yang Feng is already a high-level martial artist before entering the martial arts university. The principal Lin Gan and the teachers of the Martial Arts Academy were equally unbelievable. 5000 combat power. They know that during the martial arts test, such combat power will appear in big cities. But in Baihei City, there has never been a student with 5000 combat strength in the martial arts test. What level of talent did Yang Feng awaken? What the hell? Throwing away the broken awakening stone when he turned around, such a genius actually made a mistake when awakening his talent. If they did something stupid because they were disheartened, wouldn't they be the sinners of Daxia? After the principal Lin Gan and the teachers of the Martial Arts Academy came back to reality from the shock, they were all as excited as if they had been injected with chicken blood. Ha 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 ha. Yao Wei, Yang Feng's class teacher, laughed out loud without any pattern. When Yang Feng walked in front of the combat power outbreak detection machine, he was still in fear, and his heart was beating at the fastest speed ever. If he knew that Yang Feng had 5000 combat power, he would still be worried. Yang Feng naturally played 5000 combat power on purpose. Not too much, not too little. 5,000 is enough. Anyway, it will shock the school, there is no need to cause too much sensation. He also knew that if he attacked with all his strength, the detection machine would definitely explode with the strength of the martial arts test. What's more, his purpose is to enter Longyan University, not to let the students and teachers of the martial academy know how powerful he is. But still that sentence. If someone provokes him, he doesn't mind displaying 9.8 million combat power in front of everyone. The city lords and high-level officials on the judging panel froze at first when they saw that Yang Feng had only hit 5,000 combat power, and then they were all relieved. What is the purpose of martial arts? That is to enter the martial arts university. This is not to receive the badge of the master, but to fight with the strength of the master. After testing the combat power, the students of the martial academy all looked at Yang Feng in dismay. How dare they talk about Yang Feng like just now? The combat power they detected was almost nothing left in the face of 5,000 combat power. Yang Feng came in front of Yao Wei, the class teacher. He smiled and said, "How about Teacher Yao? I didn't disappoint you, did I?" Yao Wei looked at Yang Feng ecstatically. "You didn't disappoint me, you made me wake up from my dreams these days. The first assessment of combat power is over, and the second assessment of actual combat will be assessed tomorrow in the Tongcheng catacombs. Please be sure to rest well today, and have a full-bodied and powerful self tomorrow, so that you can face a better actual combat assessment." Principal Lin Gan said to more than 200 students in the martial arts exam. Yang Feng heard that he didn't stay in school anymore, he returned home. After afternoon. Both Yang Yongguo and Yang Shuier are back. "Zhaofeng, how is the martial arts test going?" Both Yang Yongguo and Yang Shuier were calm in Yang Feng's martial arts test. They knew that with Yang Feng's talent, let alone Longyan University, even any force on Blue Star would crazily bombard him. When Yang Yongguo asked this question, he just wanted to know the specific details. "Everything is going on normally, and tomorrow we will go into the Tongcheng catacombs for the actual combat assessment," Yang Feng said. The Tongcheng catacombs are similar to the Dongzhen catacombs, both of which are occupied by ferocious beasts. The second actual combat assessment requirement of Longyan University is to kill a level 9 beast with 1500 combat power. The combat power of level 9 beasts is around 1200. If you think that the students with 1500 battle strength will definitely win, then you are wrong. Most of the students' combat experience comes from the secret realms in the school, and they have almost never entered the burrow. Only the top students in the school can enter the catacombs, and they can enter the catacombs to practice under the guidance of their teachers. In other words, they are still flowers in the greenhouse. Being killed by wild beasts or ferocious beasts in the secret realm will not cause real death, but will only be teleported out of the secret realm. If you know you won't die, what are you afraid of? It's different in the catacombs. Except to face the real scenes of the catacombs, you have to face those real beasts. Being killed by a wild or ferocious beast in the catacombs is a real death. There are psychological factors and various reasons that may prevent you from defeating a level 9 beast with 1500 combat power. Of course, this is the condition of Longyan University's second actual combat assessment. Most of the school's actual combat assessment conditions are very simple. Killing wild beasts at will is considered a pass. After all, if you awaken your talent, you will become a warrior in the future. No matter how strong or weak, from the moment you step into a martial artist, it means that you are not in the same circle as ordinary people. Therefore, except for Longyan University and several other well-known martial arts universities where the actual combat assessment is slightly difficult, the actual combat assessment of other universities is very easy. Yang Yongguo and Yang Shuier listened to Yang Feng's words, and they both nodded. They knew that the actual combat assessment was too easy for Yang Feng. "I have even been in the Haishan catacombs, not to mention the small Tongcheng catacombs." After Yang Feng talked to his father and sister a lot, he went back to his room and closed his eyes to rest. Great summer, Blue Star. This is just the beginning for him. Not to mention that he is only a senior Grand Master now. Even if he is the emperor of the human race, he feels nothing to be proud of. Not long ago, the starship battleship fell in the North Eagle Kingdom, which proved the existence of other life planets in the universe. Dominating the universe is what a man should do. You can't get such a powerful system. After becoming the most powerful warrior in Blue Star, just be a salted fish. It wasn't interesting, and it didn't suit him. In this way, the time came to the second day. The next day. It's the actual combat test. After washing up, Yang Feng walked towards the school. After arriving at the school, the students cast envious, awe-inspiring eyes on him. The students looked at him in many ways, but there was no jealousy. 5,000 combat power is a blow to them for dimensionality reduction, and there is no way to be jealous. If these students knew Yang Feng's true strength, it would definitely be a scene that no words can describe. In the Martial Arts Academy, several passenger cars are ready. Under the supervision of the teachers, the students who participated in the martial arts test got into the car one after another. Yang Feng, you come with me. The city lord Wang Tong and the high-level officials of Baihei City naturally also went to the catacombs of Tongcheng to watch. When Yang Feng saw what the city lord said, he didn't refuse, and walked to a valuable black car and got on the car. The students looked at such a scene. They were extremely envious, thinking that geniuses are good, and they can also ride in the car with the city lord. After all the students got on the bus drove to the Tongcheng catacombs. After a long time, the bus arrived outside Tongcheng. After the students taking part in the martial arts test got out of the car, they looked at Tongcheng with surprise. After being occupied by ferocious beasts, Copper City is now dilapidated and overgrown with weeds. Yang Feng's face was as calm as water. The Tongcheng catacombs were really too weak for him. Under the leadership of the teachers, the students began to enter Tongcheng one after another. Not long after, everyone arrived at the entrance of the Tongcheng catacombs. Many students have never entered the catacombs. They looked at the entrance of the Tongcheng catacombs, not only curiosity but also fear from their hearts. Immediately, everyone began to enter the Copper City catacombs. Yang Feng was still with the city lord Wang Tong and several senior officials of White River City. They knew that the actual combat assessment in the Tongcheng catacombs was like a game to Yang Feng. Inside the burrow, under the leadership of the teachers, everyone went to the inside of the Tongcheng catacombs. What Yang Feng didn't expect was that he felt an inexplicable panic when he first arrived inside the Tongcheng catacombs. It feels like there was a pair of terrifying eyes staring at him in the dark. Strange, is it an illusion? Yang Feng was secretly surprised. He looked at the city lord Wang Tong and several high-level officials, and there was nothing unusual on their faces. This means that they did not feel such inexplicable panic. Everyone get ready. The actual combat assessment will begin immediately. Principal Lin Gan gathered the students together. A few minutes later, Lingan shouted. The actual combat assessment begins. Like yesterday, the actual combat assessment is also conducted according to the number. The students are led by the teacher to go to the corresponding area to find the beast. Before that, they had stepped in the Tongcheng catacombs and knew the approximate distribution area of the beasts. Almost all students can only enter ordinary martial arts universities, and their actual combat assessment is to kill a wild beast at will to pass. These students are not stupid, of course they will choose the weakest beast to kill. Even for students who killed real beasts for the first time, the weakest beasts would not be able to withstand their attacks given the absolute difference in strength. The teachers will record the video of the students' actual combat assessment. After the assessment is over, the combat power test video and the actual combat assessment video will be sent to the martial arts university that the students want to go to. Because the beasts the students faced were all the weakest beasts, the progress of the actual combat assessment was surprisingly fast. In a few hours, the final batch of students has reached the actual combat assessment. Yang Feng applied for the Longyan University. Principal Lin Gan personally led Yang Feng to walk in one direction. After a while, a level 9 beast appeared in Yang Feng's field of vision. This is a tiger. Yang Feng, after killing this 9th level beast, you will meet the admission requirements of Longyan University. Lin Gan said to Yang Feng. He knew that it would be easy to kill this fierce tiger with Yang Feng's fighting strength. Roar. Just after Lin Gan said this to Yang Feng, the tiger roared at Yang Feng. After the roar fell, he pounced on Yang Feng. Boom. Before and after the tiger got close to him, Yang Feng punched him. Immediately, the tiger was instantly killed. Ding. Kill the tiger, combat power plus 10. Looking at the increase in combat power, Yongfeng secretly shook his head. This is the difference between wild beasts and fierce beasts. Congratulations Yongfeng, you have passed the actual combat assessment and will soon be a student of Longyan University. Lin Gan, as the principal, was very happy to have such a student in No. 1 middle school. He knew that not only this year, but next year Yongfeng's younger sister Yang Shuiei might also be a king bomb. Even if the combat power is not as terrifying as Yongfeng, as long as the awakening talent is not bad, it is still a potential seat of Longyan University. When Yongfeng wanted to answer the principal's words, he felt flustered again. This feeling of lingering fear is really uncomfortable. Could it be that there is still a great horror in the Tongcheng catacombs? When I wanted to check it out, the feeling disappeared again. He knew that he should be absolutely invincible under the Luji warlord. Talents cannot be fused. If many talents are fused together to form a blow to destroy the world, like in Yaoshou fantasy novels, he will not be afraid of the King of Six Extremes. After thinking about it, he couldn't figure out what was going on. The light of the Earth Spirit has also disappeared. And the light of the Earth Spirit is not in this area. Why is it like this in the Tongcheng catacombs? Could it be that he was being targeted? Yongfeng had a bad feeling. He and Principal Lin Gan have returned to the student area. He was the last student to take the actual combat assessment, and his return proved that the martial arts examination was over. The students were talking and laughing, and it felt good to kill the beasts in the crypt. Everyone, the martial arts exam has ended perfectly. Everyone has achieved good results. Next, everyone will leave the Tongcheng catacombs in an orderly manner. Principal Lin Gan said to the students. But just as Lin Gan finished speaking, the ground shook violently. Teachers and students froze. Not only them, the city lord Wang Tong and the high-level officials were also puzzled. I don't understand why the ground suddenly shakes. Could it be a beast tide? Suddenly, after a teacher thought of something, he said in shock. As soon as the teacher finished speaking, a huge herd of ferocious beasts rushed out from all directions of them. Beast tide, what a beast tide. Everyone hit their heads like a bolt from the blue. In a cave of the size of the Tongcheng catacombs, there is actually a wave of beasts, and there are so many fierce beasts. The students who took part in the martial arts test were panicked and terrified when they saw the huge beast horde. Where have they experienced the beast tide? The city lord Wang Tong and the higher-ups also panicked. They found that the leading beast was a 4th-level intermediate beast. This is a beast equivalent to an intermediate master. Lin Gan, the principal of No. 1 middle school, and the teachers, apart from being horrified, they were also greatly puzzled. When the actual combat assessment began, they stepped on it. When they stepped on the spot, they didn't realize that there were so many fierce beasts around. Now so many fierce beasts are rushing out from all directions, who would have thought of it? The appearance of a beast horde was also unexpected by others. What's more, generally speaking, beast tides come from the front. This time the beast horde rushed out from all directions, it was a bit too weird. The leading ferocious beast in the beast tide is a 4th-tier mid-level ferocious beast. The city lord, Wang Tong, is only a junior grandmaster. When facing a 4th-tier mid-level beast, there is really no good way to do it. Wang Tong and the senior executives all set their sights on Yongfeng. They all knew that there was definitely not only one grandmaster present. Yongfeng is also a master. When Yongfeng bet with Lin Wu, he played 2 million combat power. This is what Lei Qinshan saw with his own eyes. He felt that 2 million might not be Yongfeng's limit. Maybe Yongfeng is now infinitely close to the Grand Master. It's just that there is a realm limit between a senior master and a junior Grand Master. If there is no realm limit, Yongfeng might already be a junior Grand Master. How could Lei Qinshan have thought that Yongfeng is now not only a Grand Master, but also a senior Grand Master? The city lord Wang Tong and the higher-ups noticed a strange expression on Yongfeng's face. Such an expression. It seems that Yongfeng is not afraid of the beast tide, but is afraid of other things. The fact is exactly as they thought. Yongfeng is indeed not afraid of beast hordes, such beast hordes are nothing in front of him. What he thinks now is that these fierce beasts rushing out from all directions may have been prepared in advance. It was as if they had expected that they would enter the Tongcheng catacombs for actual combat assessment. This is really unbelievable. The beast tide has arrived. Densely dense, such as black clouds pressing down on the top. The students who participated in the martial arts examination looked at the beast tide in front of them, their faces were full of horror and shock. For them, this kind of beast horde is really too scary, they can no longer have any desire to fight, knowing that when faced with such a beast horde, there is no way to survive. Suddenly, Yongfeng took a few steps forward. He looked back at everyone and said, "You all retreat to a safe location." Everyone present listened to Yongfeng's words, how dare they have the slightest hesitation, and quickly retreated. Everyone ran towards the outside of the Tongcheng catacombs. When everyone retreated, a figure was heading towards the beast tide. This figure is none other than Yongfeng. This moment, everyone who retreated was shocked. Yongfeng rushed towards the beast tide like this. This is hallucination. Everyone present knew that although Yongfeng was a genius, in the face of such a huge beast horde, how courageous was he to dare to charge towards the beast horde? They couldn't believe such a thing, they could only think that it was a hallucination. But they knew very well that this was not an illusion at all. Yongfeng really rushed towards the beast tide. Just when everyone was shocked, dazed, and terrified, they suddenly felt a monstrous heat wave. The temperature in the crypt suddenly rose, and a huge cremated statue of more than 100 meters suddenly came into everyone's eyes. Hiss! Everyone looked at the scene in front of them, and they couldn't help gasping. They were dumbfounded, and thunder struck their heads. Of course they know what this cremated human statue is. This is a god-level flame talent, the god of flame god. Yongfeng is the god of swallowing flames. The city lord Wang Tong and the higher-ups were shocked to the extreme, they knew that Yongfeng was the Grand Master. But no matter what, he would never have imagined that Yongfeng would be the heaven-swallowing flame god who had appeared inside and outside of Baihei City during this period. Everyone in No. 1 middle school was completely dumbfounded. Even in their dreams, they would never have imagined that Yongfeng's talent would be a god-level flame talent, the heaven-swallowing flame god. In the food base, in the secret place of No. 1 middle school. Some students experienced the scene where hundreds of flame dragons bombarded the secret realm, causing the secret realm to explode. At that time, whether it was the teachers or the students of the school, they only thought that there was a powerful existence entering the secret realm. But now such a powerful existence is actually Yongfeng. When everyone was in extreme shock, Yongfeng used the god-level flame combat skill swallowing flame dragon explosion. Thousands of giant flame dragons appeared in the space, and the giant flame dragons let out bursts of dragon chants, and the power of the flame dragons also filled the entire cave of Tongcheng. Rumble. Thousands of flame dragons began to bombard the beast tide. The Tongcheng catacomb suddenly shook violently, and the students who took part in the martial arts test couldn't stand upright and fell to the ground, their eyes were full of panic. In front of, is it infernal purgatory? The loud noise of the bombing kept shaking everyone's eardrums, and their faces were filled with horror. Whether it is the city lord Wang Tong, the high-level officials of Baihei City, or the teachers and students of No. 1 middle school. They all knew that if they hadn't fled quickly after Yongfeng finished speaking, then they are now. There are thousands of flame dragons, each one is so terrifying, and each flame dragon has endless power. The beast tide is being attacked by such a huge flame dragon, and there will never be any fierce beast that can survive under the blockade of the huge flame dragon. Including the leading tier 4 mid-level beast. The data of combat power drop kept appearing in Yongfeng's retina. Yongfeng mobilized the heaven-swallowing flame god, and used the swallowing flame dragon to kill those beasts, in addition to wanting to solve the beast horde as soon as possible. I also want those who observe him in the dark to see that he is not easy to mess with. Keep an eye on him and attack him. At worst, the fish will die and the net will be broken. With the beast horde in the Tongcheng catacombs, it is not realistic for him to directly attack the quartet warlord from the senior Grand Master. After the effect of the sky-swallowing flame dragon explosion disappeared, huge flame pits appeared one after another in the bombing area, as if attacked by a nuclear bomb. Everyone behind him was a bolt from the blue, and the strength Yongfeng displayed was simply too powerful. Is this really something a student can do? Let's just say, even if the one who awakened was the god of swallowing flame, why is it so terrifying? Of course they couldn't figure it out. You must know that the sky-swallowing flame dragon explosion is not a product that Blue Star can have. Another point, that is the system. Yang Feng is cheating. If this is not scary, then it is not the end of the calf. After Yang Feng returned to his original form, he found that the city lord and senior officials, as well as everyone in No. 1 middle school, were all frozen in place like an old monk in trance. He thought that he was just motivating the god of swallowing flames. If they knew that besides the god of flame god, he also had god-level talents such as Kai Lei Emperor Tun, Extreme Ice God, Shadow Sky Speed God, etc. I don't know what shocking expressions they will make at that time. Let's go out. After the beast horde was wiped out, the existence staring at him in the dark had no intention of appearing, so he walked out of the burrow. Everyone looked at Yang Feng who was walking towards the outside of the cave, and they all followed. Their location was on the outskirts of the catacombs, and it didn't take long for everyone to leave the catacombs. Thanks for watching.